This evening, the mother of a Polk County murder victim is shedding more tears after her son's headstone was suddenly moved. She reached out to us wondering why this happened. We wondered as well, so we sent 10 Tampa Bay's Chris Hurst to Frostproof to find out.
I cry every day, you know. It was a senseless thing that happened.
Every day after work, Dottie Payton comes to the Silver Hill Cemetery to talk to her son, Brandon Rollins. In July of 2020, Brandon and two friends were on their way to fish when they were shot in cold blood. Now, fresh dirt covers his urn vault from a new burial at the adjacent plot. But to do that, they had to disturb Brandon's headstone.
They had to move it 1.5 feet over to the left because they was putting a burial here on Saturday.
The city of Frostproof owns the cemetery where Brandon is buried. They had to make the call to family to move the headstone.
Nothing was disturbed as far as remains-wise. It was just the markers, the headstone markers.
Public Works Director Josh Turner was the one to ask Dottie for permission, and she did. But what went wrong in the first place? He says the city owns the plots, but funeral homes and monument companies bury remains and install the headstones.
If it's not marked properly, or they come out there and they just plop it down where the funeral home has a little plastic marker with the name in it. We had a contracted mowing crew that the city used, you know, and they might knock it off and then just stick it back in the ground somewhere, but it's not exactly centered. So if they're going by that, you know, it's easy.
While not common, it can happen. And it's something to keep in mind if you decide to purchase a city or county-owned burial plot.
In order for us to have Brandon back under in the middle of his headstone, we have to dig this up.
This was already going to be a difficult year for Dottie and Brandon's family. Earlier this month, she was in court to see her son's accused killer have another appearance, and they are still preparing for jury trials for all 3 suspects in the triple homicide that could begin in May. In Frostproof, Chris Hurst, 10 Tampa Bay.